What's up, everyone? Happy late Thanksgiving, happy late Christmas, and now Happy New Year's.
Happy New
I know
Year's.
it's been, I know, hey, you don't speak until I tell you to.
I thought you were done
Bad,
talking.
bad. No, shut up. I'm not done. I gotta let the people know why we've been gone for so long. I gotta let them know. The reason why we haven't recorded in a minute, I just finished a little acquisition. There we go. I can't speak. You remember how I told you in all those episodes, kids, that this is gonna be my show? Well, welcome to the A Savage Experience. I bought the channel, and there's a big reason why a certain someone's not here. He wasn't down for me being the boss, so I had to give him the boot. Bye, Ouija. We don't need him. I got my little boy master. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And we're gonna bring in a
Yeah.
new era to this fucking channel.
Yeah.
So welcome to the A Savage Experience. My co-host, Master Pro. Let's get this shit started.
All right. So New Year's. Are you getting this vaccine for COVID?
You know what, bro? Fuck it, yeah. Yeah, I'll do it. Why not?
I don't want to do it at all.
I don't know, man. A lot of at this point, because I was one of those people. It's like, let me wait until maybe the second generation. But I'm just like, oh, it's here. I know it's scary that it's here so fast, but if it could help get us through this better, the more of us doing it will convince the fucking idiots who keep spreading this shit to finally get it. That's how I feel. I feel like the more of us that do it, because once again, the vaccine is only useful if we all get it because of herd immunity.
Mm.
Um, but if we don't get it, we're still stuck in the same fucking situation. So no, go ahead, go ahead. I'm good.
I think in Australia they were able to get rid of it without the vaccine. Do you know about that?
I think I did hear something about that, but bro, th- think about it this way: you have to be united. Look at our fucking country. That's all I have to say.
I, my point with that was like we could get rid of this naturally if everyone starts wearing their mask.
Bro, but no one wants to. Bro, I'm still surprised we haven't gotten invaded. I think all the other countries just are just enjoying the show. They want to milk it until it's time. Because I'm telling you, I've told you this a million times. I think I've said this in one of the episodes. You ever watch Red Dawn?
I don't think I
I've
watched
I've
that.
But I've told you this story, right? What it's about. Red Dawn is a movie with Patrick Swayze where Russia um evades America with the help of Venezuela and stuff like that. I feel like that shit could happen, except it's going to be Russia and China. At this point, America looks like a fucking joke. At this point,
Russia.
honest fucking truth, I feel like we could go into civil war over some dumb shit.
Yo.
Bro, you're laughing, but it's so fucking true. It's
Russia. Russia and China can invade the United States, but that would create a world war, so that would be bad. It could.
no shit. No shit. Of course it would. Of course it would. I'm telling you, when people were making jokes about World War Three, I was like, I was getting ready. I was getting ready to enlist. I was getting ready.
Yeah.
Good old Marine Corps.
Ah.
Hoorah. um, but yeah, man. Um, and to the listeners, to those who are friends, you already know. But to those who don't know what's going on with my life, I'm part of the food industry. I'm a fucking bartender. I sling drinks. I love it. It makes me feel happy. I get to listen to people's problems and help them wash it away a little bit. Not kill them completely. I don't want them to be unhealthy, but sometimes we need a little vice. Um, I've never wanted to punch people more in my fucking life. Like, it is mind-boggling how how this idea of freedom gets people like so like entitled to think they can do whatever the fuck they want. That like wearing this mask is against their right. It's a state of emergency. It's a necessity. Yo, one of the another biggest things that get on my nerves. This whole idea that, oh, why is indoor dining shut down when you have these tents? It's the same thing as indoor dining. Let me get something through all you jackasses heads. It's not the same fucking thing. The tents are specifically designed in a way where like they're clipped together so everywhere has ventilation. Yes, some will have a lot less ventilation so that they will hold more heat, but it has way more ventilation than the indoors. And that's the point. With more ventilation, there's less chance of germs staying in. So no, it's not the same fucking thing. One holds more of a risk. That is the fucking point. So get over yourself. Sorry that restaurants can't do what they do. Guess who it's hurting? People like me, the owners and stuff like that. And I feel bad for the owners. I understand why they're so frustrated. But don't be mad at Cuomo. You can be mad at Mayor de Blasio. He crooked.
Yo, some people don't like that guy. Like I heard Joe Rogan making jokes about this dude,
You
De
say
Blasio.
some? Nah, no. A lot of people don't fuck with De Blasio, but but give Cuomo a break. I think Cuomo is a good governor, and he's doing what he got to. Like, imagine being a governor, and this is his last term, right?
I think
And
so.
you have to deal with a pandemic. That's not easy. And you know what? At the end of the day, whether y'all don't like it or not, he's doing one of the best jobs in America. We could have that piece of shit governor from Florida who's willing to like put people's lives in risk to try to hide the numbers. That's fucking disgusting and deplorable. And if you guys agree with his actions, I don't want you in my life. Y'all can jump over a bridge. Yeah. Like I wish everything against y'all. That's horrid, man. Like that's how crazy this shit is. It's like America is so like this is exactly what like communist Russia and stuff like that was trying to. I'm putting in air quotes. I'm not saying I agree with communists, but this is what like the point they were trying to use to try to make us look bad. But now it's like it's really really bad. It like really shows we're a greedy country. We can't exist without money. And money comes and goes. Money's not fucking everything. You can have millions of dollars and still want to put a bullet in your fucking head the next day. Am I wrong?
That's true.
Bro, look at all these kids. There's kids that are getting instant wealth, dying from pill popping, dying from ending their lives. Money isn't everything. Money is not fucking everything. But America doesn't understand that. That's the cycle that our government put us through.
One thing I was concerned about is like businesses closing down. Are you concerned about that?
It's it's shitty of me to say it. It is what it is. Our government needs to do more, but they're not. It once again, this is the issue with America. It's about money. Small businesses are dying. Corporations are winning. I'm telling you. Why the fuck are these multi-billion, million, whatever companies were able to get relief funds? Like, once again, Shake Shack. I mentioned Shake Shack because they were able to get a $10 million loan when they didn't need it. And once again, they'll say it was for the workers and this and that and whatnot. We didn't want to lay off workers. Utter fucking nonsense. Utter fucking nonsense. They just didn't want to lose a fucking dime. Because they're not losing out. Uber Eats, this and that. Yo, Shake Shack in County. And for people who don't know what County is, if we ever get that big, and I hope one day we get that big, is this strip mall in New York around Westchester area where I live at. Damn, I'm doxing myself.
I was thinking about editing that whole part out while you were saying it.
I'm dead doxing myself, but I don't give a fuck. I dead. It's whatever. Um, you don't have to edit it out. I guess you can beep the part.
I'm thinking I edited out the Westchester part, and then you say county.
Yeah, yeah, that that
Or
that,
I
that
could edit
works.
out
Or
that
like
too.
edit out whatever, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and Shake Shack is ridiculously busy every fucking day. And I don't understand people who are into Shake Shack like that. Don't get me wrong, it's a good burger. It's not godly. It's not godly to be that packed every time. It's ridiculous. It's a group of people, not social distancing, by the way, waiting to get their order. And then Uber's trying to pick this shit up too. But they needed a $10 million loan. And once again, I got to give credit where credit is due. It really was a loan. Shake Shack gave that money almost immediately back. But you give $10 million to a company like that really doesn't need it. Why can't you give money to a mom and pop shop that's been there for years that really needs it, that like their lights go out and never come back on that next month? It's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, once some of these small businesses close down, they'll never be opened again.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, and a lot of those small businesses is what made New York what it is today.
One thing I thought about, though, is, like, rich people could decide to open up those businesses for themselves and grow their wealth. So it would hurt people who aren't as wealthy, who aren't able to do that.
Shh, shh, edit that out. I don't want no one. I don't want them hearing. So I was purposely not saying that. So, but yeah, no, that's a concern. Um, I don't know, man. There's a there's big problems with America in general. Once again, I'm gonna say this a million times over. I don't care what anyone says. They can say I'm a Trump supporter or whatever. I'm not. I fucking hate the guy. He's a narcissist. It was very important to have him as president. It was very necessary.
Jeez.
No, I will tell you why. I will tell you why it was necessary. Look at every problem that's happened. He opened up everything this was happening in the sidelines. This is everything that was just happening in the sidelines, and we were blind to it. And it's just
Yeah.
open. It's just he. If it wasn't, I'm telling you, if we didn't have him in like that seat, we would still be blind as sheep. Because there's a lot of shit going wrong. There's a lot of shit going wrong. Because it's not just Trump. It's a lot of idiots in Congress. A lot of idiots as governors and senators. A lot of crooked people. And they would have been getting away with it. We would all be blind and think, they're just an average Joe Schmo politician. Well, they're all crooked and this and that. No, some of them are very fucking evil. Mitch McConnell or whatever his name, Mitch McConnell, right? Or I said it right the first time.
McConnell. I think you said it right the
McConnell,
first time.
bro, talking about it would be the end of America, giving people another $2,000.
That's really not much
It's
either.
not. It's not. That is a month's rent for some people in New York.
Yeah.
New York rent is ridiculously high, and for shit that doesn't deserve it. But just because it's New York. But
You were explaining to me like people have to pay their back rent too.
oh yeah, yeah. They're just holding it off. They're not allowed to evict these people. But
What?
but
You can
um
continue.
but that just means their rent just keeps getting backlogged. So just eventually they're going to have to pay their dues. You know, that's the shitty part. It's a good situation in the moment because it doesn't toss people onto the street immediately, but eventually it's just going to be like that that 400 that's very low. Let me be realistic. That $1,000 a month, and even then that's still kind of low. $1,000 a month in rent ends up being like a good 12,000 out of nowhere, maybe 16,000 out of nowhere. And that's going to hit certain people hard. And that is that's tough, man. And it's fucking crazy that how serious we got in this in this episode. Usually it's me being a dickhead to you, but no, this is a time for us to be honest about things. I know it's a new year, and I want this to be a year of hope and progress. But let's talk about the shitty shit about 2020 and what still comes into 2021, because we can't just be blind to it.
Yeah, I was thinking a lot of people aren't going to be able to pay that back rent. But I guess they could look at it as like, college debt.
Ah, you're a dickhead. You're a fucking asshole, bro. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
Bro, that. I feel bad for even laughing at that. That's coming from me. That's coming from me, Michael. That's a
But
real dark joke.
oh, college debt isn't as bad as that because maybe they expect them to pay like $1,000 a month in the back rent, where college payments you probably pay like 500 or
That's
so.
true.
But
But oh man, all my wishes to homeowners, like property owners, everyone in the restaurant business, because damn, this shit killed the restaurant industry. But hey, listen, people think about it as stock markets. I know right now it's hard in the food industry, but obviously you can tell there's a big demand for it. And one day we're going to go back to normal. One and and
yeah,
there's going to be a fucking boom in the food industry. You're going to be way too busy. Like you're going to start complaining that you have too much work, but your pockets are going to be filled. We just got to push through it for the time being. This beer is delicious. um all right, let's move past talking about all this shit that's going on. Let's talk about what we did for New Year's. How about you start?
I'm trying to remember. I was before New Year's happened. I was playing Apex Legends with DeAndre.
Yeah.
But today, you mean like what?
Oh,
Oh, I mean yesterday.
yeah,
Yesterday was New Year's
yeah.
Day.
Yesterday was, well, technically yesterday, but I'm talking about New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Everyone should know by now. When we're talking about New Year's, we're talking about New Year's Eve. Like like who gives a fuck about the actual New Year's Day? It's about New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, you're right because the celebration starts at the midnight.
Like you do the countdown, but you're already halfway drunk and all that stuff. Yo, me and asked I shouldn't be saying her name, but fuck it. My sister, bleep my sister's name out. Let me not put her name in this. But my sister, me and my sister passed out, and my dad woke us up out of nowhere. I'm realizing it's 11:53. I was I was drunk, bro. Like poured like maybe a shot and a half to two shots of Hennessy down my throat, which I regret. I fucking hate Hennessy. It's disgusting. And that was like an instant like, oh, I went from that to drinking beer and this and that. Uh, you have fun before, and then you just try to wake up for the countdown, and then everyone goes to sleep afterwards. No one cares about New Year's Day.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to the countdown
Oh,
this
you
year.
didn't?
I think
You
last year I
didn't?
did that. No,
Yo, honest truth,
I didn't care.
everything. There we go. That's it. I feel like every holiday that happened was anticlimactic. Even though, yo, um, my birthday, the people in my life that loved and cared about me, they did a great job making me feel loved and supported because I was just like, fuck it, it's just another day. I'm turning 22. I'm afraid of getting older. Let me not worry about it. It's not that serious. And they surprised me. Certain people in my life. But like, most of the holidays was just Halloween, this year's Christmas, it was all right. It- It's just this was a long shitty year, and well, I mean, last year was a long shitty year, and that stuff is still gonna probably trickle into 2021. But I do think this is gonna be a year where like things start going on an upper incline. Yeah, going in an incline instead of decline. Um,
Yeah.
I just I'm hoping with this COVID thing. You know what? Actually, let me check the app out. Let's see the numbers. To my audience, I was talking to Master earlier today. Um,
Can you screenshot it and
I'm
send it
sure,
to me?
sure, bro. Down.
Yeah. That way I can
Oh,
include
okay.
it.
But also download it too. It's good to have this. Anyone that lives in New York, and hopefully, I feel like every state should have this. I find it great that New York has this, but we have an app that keeps track of everybody being tested daily, and then you get the percentage of positive cases. They also give you the number too out of the number of people tested, and it's just going up. And it amazes me that people still complain about shit shutting down and this and that, but no one's making a difference. Yo, one of the biggest things that get me tight is that when I'm going to work and I'm on the train, mad people on there, no mask. Mad people with masks on, but it's under their nose. And listen, I'm gonna be honest because I would be a hypocrite if I wasn't. I don't follow the rules 100% of the time too, and I feel shitty about it. Like like I eat a lot on the train. I try not to do it around a lot of people. If I see there's a lot of people, no, I put my food away. But like if there's 4 or 5 people, I don't care. I'm scarfing down my food. There's times where I'm really hungry. But that's not right. But there's a lot of people that don't even have that conscience. It's not hard to wear your mask. It's not hard to wear your mask over your nose. I do the same thing in the gym, you know? It's I do a lot of cardio work in the gym and I keep my mask on fully. And most of the people that are in the gym, the mask is under their nose. There's no point of wearing your mask. You're just wearing it for the look because guess what? Oxygen comes out your nose too, idiots. Um, but yeah, let me send these screenshots to you. But for our listeners right now, until he edits this in, So today's no this well what the app has right now is from December 31st, 2019, 219,253 people went and got a COVID test, right? Sorry it took so long for me to say that number. I haven't done school in a minute. Out of those people, 16,497 people tested positive. That is a 7.52 percentile of positive, not percentile, just a percentage, right? Percentile is something different, but a percentage of positive cases. And I know 7% out of 100 seems very small, but you got to think about this. This is not a one-time thing. I was telling, like I said, I was telling Master Pro, when I was checking this app every day, it ranged from 5 to 6% every day. That's that many amount of people that's going into hospitals, that many amount of people losing their jobs, that many amount of people that could be spreading it to other people that still haven't figured it out. But people don't think that way. They just think, oh, I'm good. What also I like about this app too, you can set it for whatever county you're in. It's not just like only just all in New York. You can set it to the county we're in, a different county and shit like that. So I'm gonna send you the screenshots. And Michael, do me a favor.
Yes, I hear you.
Do me a favor. Tell for the listeners when you get the screenshots, what is the trend you see happening for those positive cases so people know in New York what's going on. So that they know that I'm not just talking out my ass.
It looks like it's going up.
It's going up. There's no time that you see it going down. You only time that I see anything going down is the amount of people that went to go get a test. Also, I think the app keeps track of your GPS too. So just let's say you go into a county that you didn't realize became like an orange or red zone, it'll immediately alert you. So it's really good to have.
It's confusing because you want people to go out and like support small businesses, but they could spread COVID like that.
No, for real. My thing is, okay, there's a big thing I'm having an issue. One is everyone's disrespect. There's a lot of people who are very disrespectful, who fight about this mask stuff and stuff like that. I know it seems stupid. I know it seems dumb, but let's do it. It's not hard. It's not hard. Why come and support? Let's be honest. People are not coming out to support. People are coming out because they miss it. They want it. It's out of selfishness. Um, uh, on top of that, you can still go out and have a nice meal in a restaurant and not spread by just not going to all these social gatherings. Stop going around and out with people you don't know and stuff like that, or not people you don't know, or people you do know. You don't know where they have been. We all have to just take some time. And I'm not saying you can't chill with someone once in a blue moon, but there's people that really just it's every every week and this and that. I still see some of my friends here and there, but I still have to know, hey, um, where have you been? What have you been doing and shit like that. It's just the right thing to do. Also, do
Yeah.
your diligence, whether you've been at home or not. And I need to be better at this. Get tested on maybe like honestly try to get tested on a weekly basis. Maybe that's too much. I'm a better
Oh.
safe than sorry, guys. But maybe every 2 weeks would be really good, depending on like I think for me, maybe every week would be really good. But if you're not someone that goes out all the time, you don't need to go out to work. You're home on a bi-weekly basis. Go get a COVID test. Because once again, you never know if you're asymptomatic. You never know if someone in your household accidentally brought it in because they're asymptomatic and stuff like that. And you just want to make sure everyone around you is safe at the end of it. Because this shit is real.
I was thinking about myself, like I don't really go out much, so I feel like going to get the test puts me at a risk of getting COVID.
All this stuff. I don't know, man. I feel like if you stay away from the people, I think you're fine. I think I think it's really you have to be in people's face and shit like that because they take it seriously. I went to the urgent care around a certain area. I'm not gonna have you have to edit out another place. Um, and it was very simple. It was very and like people stayed away from each other. It was and it was everyone obeyed. You know, as long as you wear your mask, you disinfect your clothes afterwards, you do whatever you can not to get it. You're not gonna get it from going to get the test. You know,
If anything, I'd probably get it from one of my family members.
that's what I'm saying.
I usually wear my mask when I'm outside.
Yeah. But remember, the mask is not about protecting you. It's about protecting
Yeah, I
other
know.
people.
I just feel protected when I
I
wear
know,
it.
but that's the thing. I think that's everyone's problem. There we go. They think the mask is protection for yourself. And it's not. It's protection for other people. That's why you should be mad when other people don't wear their masks because that means they don't give a fuck about you. They think only of themselves. And you don't want to no one wants to be that person. Yo, I got another thing to talk about what COVID really has done to people and I need to get something really off my chest.
Okay, go
Um
ahead.
everyone in New York and this is I'm specifically only going to talk about New York because I don't know what's been going on here. Calm the fuck down. Stop thinking you're the only fucking person on the road because people are losing their lives. It is ridiculous how many accidents is happening in New York.
I saw one today. It's like there was a crash and the driver just left. He killed two people and left.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Um, I was dropping.
No, I meant like on the news I saw it. I didn't see it in
Yeah,
person.
gotcha.
Don't be misleading.
Um, I was dropping someone off yesterday that was over my house, but they had to go back to their house for their New Year's dinner. Well, technically not yesterday, the day before yesterday now, since it's 1 a.m. Uh, and bro, luckily, like I noticed how many red lights there were. There was this crazy accident. We couldn't see what it was like trying to drop her off. But I got off and took the local roads. Luckily, I didn't get stuck in that traffic. I came back. The traffic was still bad. And I got to see the accident. The car was flipped upside down. They had like nine to 13 like police squad cars, and they were trying to pull it. It is. This is. It's deplorable. I'm telling you. I've been in situations where like I drive a big truck, people. I like so I don't want to take chances. I stop a little early on the yellows. I don't try to pass those reds. My car isn't powerful enough to zoom. But yo, I made the right call. I stopped and slowed down, and the red light turned. on immediately. The guy zoomed behind me, zoomed, and ran that red light and almost crashed to the car that was already, like, you know, when you pass the yellow and like you're already in the center when that light had turned red. That was the car that was in the center lane, right? Almost fucking ran into that, but he swerved away from it. I mean, the guy looked at each other. And we're like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Slow the fuck down.
So what? It was multiple
No, no,
lanes,
no, no,
and
no, no,
he
no,
he
no, no,
drove.
no. So it's a two-way lane. I stop at a red properly. But I guess the guy thought I was gonna zoom past the red. But no, I did a legal stop. The light was red. The guy drives past me. But on the other side of the lane, the guy who made it past the yellow to where like it turned red, where he was in the middle of the road, he almost crashed into that guy.
Okay.
Um and but no, it's a lot of nonsense that's happened. I had something that really like I think I almost destroyed my heart because it got me so angry. Like I was gonna go out and beat this woman up. No, I'm not a womanizer. I believe in equal fists, equal genders. But like equality,
Equality.
bro. That's it. It is. It no. It no. People want to talk about equality. That is equality. I don't want to hear a girl complain about me hitting her when she tried to swing on me first. No, I don't care. You asked for the fight. But I'm exaggerating. But she got me tight. I got out the car and fucking cursed her ass out. Um, I was at that certain strip mall, and I was trying to back into a parking space. This woman who came out of the parking lot that I couldn't fit into. I went to the outer parking spaces, but like the outer parking spaces are right in front of the exits, right? Well, a little bit ahead of the exits. She came out of it, and apparently she was on my ass. And I don't know. I think I forgot to put on my signal, but I was driving slow to begin with, and I slowly press on the brake, and I go to reverse to back up, and she's holding on the horn, just holding onto the horn, and I lost it. I lost it, bro. I lost it because I looked and I realized this woman's all up on my ass for no reason, and she's still holding on the horn like I'm gonna move. I opened up the door and I yelled at her. I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I'm trying to back into a fucking parking space, you fucking dipshit." Like no one has patience anymore. Everyone thinks they're the most important person in the world. That's the thing that got me tight. I'm trying to back into a parking space. I don't like driving forward into a parking space because it makes it harder to get out of it. That's how I feel, especially with a big ass truck. And you know what's the worst part? Even after I made it clear of what I wanted to do, she wasn't reversing back to give me space to to fulfill the park. I had to drive forward and just hope that she wouldn't move forward with me too to do it. I was dumb tight because I was just like, are you really gonna be this person? And then I cursed her out more, and then she left her hand on the horn as she drove away. I was like, you know, and I felt so bad because I had two people in the car, and they really had to see me road rage, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
bro, let me tell you something. For people that don't want to drive or don't drive, and you get driven by people and stuff like that, and you see them road rage, don't don't give them shit. Don't give them shit. Give them shit if they do something stupid, but don't get mad at them for having road rage because you don't know what it's like being behind that wheel. I never understood why my dad would get that angry. I tell him just let it go. It's not that easy. It's just not when you realize how terrible people are. how awful people are at driving because just it's selfishness. It's selfishness. People are dying, bro.
Yeah.
I I don't know why. Like, there's so many things that's not being said, bro. Like, I don't know why it's like not being like being told all over the news on Facebook for us or on the TV, like telling these drivers, slow the fuck down, obey the traffic laws. This is how many people have died during such and such COVID times compared to what it was before COVID. We're New Yorkers. We're supposed to be the best drivers in the state. And the lockdown brought the worst of us. Because now it's just everyone's a bad driver. And I think it's just because people have no patience anymore. Everyone's angry and they're letting their anger control them and they think they deserve everything. It's selfish mentality, not knowing how to control your anger. You know?
Yeah, I was going to say gun violence is going up in New York too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You haven't been seeing the news?
Nah, I haven't been hearing about that, bro.
I think today someone died. Like a 20-year-old died from gun
Bro,
violence.
that's the saddest part. It's these young kids. You're gonna have to. Damn, damn. You don't have to bleep where the place I'm gonna say, um, but you're gonna have to bleep a certain part. And I think you're gonna know where. But four kids, all 18-year-olds, in Yonkers.
Oh, I know about this.
Yes, yes, and that's really close to where it happened was very close to where I'm at. And to New Yorkers who don't know, please, please know because four kids, and I need to learn their names. They deserve to have their names known. Four kids obeying the traffic laws and stuff like that. Driving, probably just having a good time out because they celebrated passing high school. Um, lost their lives to a dickhead who well I don't know I don't even know if they've come out saying what was in the car. um so I'm going to tell the story from the beginning. um this guy who was a previous felon with many convictions and previous records um stopped at a stop light, and apparently um police were trying to pull him over. And I guess it was probably, and the way they were making it seem, it was going to be for something not serious. But apparently he had something in the car they didn't want him to find. He didn't want them to find out. So this dude is, and there's videos of this. I'm not sure. Have you seen the video?
Yes.
So when you see the video of the guy colliding into the other kids' cars, um, you could tell he's doing like a solid 100 miles an hour. It was fast. Um, so as soon as the cops put on their lights, he zooms. He's passing every red light he can. You know what's the worst part? The worst part is they weren't even pursuing him. He had a mile lead on him. They purposely let him go because it was safer because he's on local roads. This is not a highway. This is not a parkway. Local roads. People walking in the streets. Four-way intersections with stoplights. And he eventually passed another red light where these four kids, four high schoolers, 18-year-olds, drove and collided into the side of the car, split the car in half. If you look at the pictures, the car is unrecognizable. Kids died immediately on impact, and I'm trying so hard to hold back tears. I'm not a person that likes crying and stuff like that, but that's awful. It's terrible, man. And you know what?
What if they ended?
Um,
You can continue.
no, go ahead. I'll say what I have to say afterwards. It's all good.
I was thinking, what if they ended police chases in New York? Because I think they did something like that in Atlanta because of things like this.
But the thing is, it wasn't a police chase. It wasn't. They stopped, bro. They made it clear. They stopped a long time ago. A mile. They let this dude go way early because they knew that that was it. He kept going. It was his decision. So I don't blame the police officers. I'm not at one bit. That dude was an asshole because you know what? This quickly say what you have to say.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So what I was gonna say, do you know what this guy's last words were?
No.
Because he before he died, yeah. And by the way, the guy died, so he doesn't get to rot in prison. I'm one of those people who believes that sometimes death is too good for some people. Sometimes some people deserve to suffer. And if you think that's cruel, fuck it. I don't give a shit. Some people deserve it. Some people, death is sometimes too quick and too easy for some people. Some people need to learn. The, um, the dude was like, "Don't look in my car. Don't. You can't see what's in the car." He didn't,
How do they know he said that?
because obviously they took his body out when the ambulance came and stuff like that.
And he was still
Yes, he
alive?
he died. He didn't die
Oh, I forgot about
immediately.
this.
He didn't die immediately. And
You think? Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
well, what were you gonna say?
Uh, you think the car was registered to him?
I don't know. Why does that even? Why did that even pop in your head?
Because if it wasn't registered to him, I feel like he could have just stitched the car and he would have been good.
I don't know, man. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like maybe it's just a cycle. I don't know this guy's past, but at this point, I'm a person that loves to forgive. I understand people's backstories. I just try to be understanding. I try to not see everything in black and white. But this one, I'm just like, nah. I could give two shits. I could give two shits about his past, unless someone like force fed it to me. I don't give a shit. This man fucking took four innocent kids' lives who aren't going to see their families again. Their families aren't going to see them. Bro, it was sad. It was sad because like I think that was the first thing I saw on New Year's Eve in the morning was the news, and it was the family burying the kids. What was that? The was at the wake and shit. And I'm just like, wow, this is how we're going to go into 2021. That's how bad this year is. Well, see, that's crazy. I really feel like 2020 hasn't ended. It just doesn't seem like shit is stopping. You know?
Yeah.
Hmm. So, moral of the story, kids, slow down on the road. There's, it's not just you. It's all of us. You can take your time. It's all right. You're gonna make it to your destination, whether you're late or not. You're gonna be there. It's better to be there in one piece rather than not there.
I try to put myself into like people's positions with stuff like this, but I don't think I would have gone 100 miles per hour on a local road like that. It's more believable to do that on the highway. But
Oh no, man. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. It's like that guy who this is another story around this area. It's so weird. It's like a lot of stuff happens around this area. Um, there was a guy who made a turn and he didn't stop. So the pedestrians always have the right of way. Um, it was, I think, it was a red light on the side where the pedestrian's walking, so the pedestrian could walk it. The guy is making his turn, but you're still supposed to slow down and stop for the pedestrian. He did it, and this was like a 60 to 70-year-old man, and luckily the guy survived. But the dude turned full speed, hit him, and drove away. Disgusting, deplorable, awful. Coward, such a coward. I can't be that person, bro. If I did something that end up hurting someone, that ends up like killing them and stuff like that, I'm gonna pay my dues. I'm gonna take this shit sandwich, man. It's but there's some people that is just like, nope, I'm out of here. No one saw. It's not scratching a car or damaging a mailbox. That is human life. That's a life. And you're just okay with that? Scumbags, bro.
What I'm thinking is maybe that person didn't have a driver's license.
So what? Even if he had a driver's license, it's still the
Yeah.
same thing. It's,
Yeah. I'm just thinking that's why they did that. That's
no,
why
I
they
think,
left. I wouldn't have done that either. I would have helped them.
bro, I think that dude probably had a driver's license. It doesn't matter. Whether you have a driver's license or not, the consequences is going to be severe. It depends on, well, I guess if the guy is kind enough to not press charges, then maybe that's when like the driver license like actually means something. But no one's gonna not press charges for something like that, especially where like it almost killed the person.
I think you face more charges if you hit someone when you don't have a driver's license.
Of course, without a doubt, you get more charges for anything when you don't have the license. It's There's a reason why you have to have a license. It shows that you actually earn the privilege. It's just a lot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm gonna hire back Ouija. I kind of miss his energy. So, anything else you want to talk about?
I can't think of anything right now.
Damn. It's kind of depressing that this could be the way we end this episode. I never thought this would be how the first A Savage experience would be. But sometimes you gotta be real.
Oh, I was wondering, would you keep businesses open even like when the rates are high?
Would I?
Yeah, would you?
No. I don't think we should be open now.
Because some people they feel like you shouldn't shut everything down
Bro,
because it hurts the
I get
businesses.
it. Bro, no shit. If you're closed and not making money, it hurts. It hurts. That's just simple math. If money is not flowing and bills are generating, it hurts. But the the thing that I've been stressing when we were on the topic before is that everyone is suffering. I know people who still haven't gotten jobs since the lockdown. They're still stuck on unemployment because they
I think some people are willing to take the risk though. That's what I was thinking, and have their store open.
But see, the thing is, then when shit hits the fan, guess what's gonna happen? Everyone's gonna cry and boo-hoo. Oh, this got worse than we thought. Look, the fucking thing. If we had done this right, we kept doing it right, we could have really prevented a lot of this. But now it's mutating because that's how nature works. That's how science works. UK has a whole new strain of the virus, and it can keep doing it. Hello, people. That's how the flu works. The flu has been mutating many years, but people don't seem to get that. Once again, it's the idea of what America is, greed, and and I get some of it because it's like, yes, you could go into bankruptcy, you can go homeless, but that is on our government to help us. But people aren't talking about that. People are worried about, yo, it was the funniest fucking thing I thought when the lockdowns first happened was this outcry to get a haircut. For what? Why do you need a haircut? You're not going out. Who are you impressing? Who are you impressing?
I haven't had a single haircut since this pandemic started.
That's good. That's good for you,
Yeah.
bro. Bro, you should try braiding your hair because you probably have a lot of hair now. Try doing something different instead of the Morty afro. Um, I wish I could say that, but for um, I got cuts from like one of my boys. Like he would come over. Once again, we knew like for the most part we stayed home. We were completely quarantined. We weren't going out, so I didn't mind him coming over to the house and stuff like that. And he would cut my hair. My sister's been cutting my brother's hair and stuff like that. Um, but I started going back to getting haircuts because I'm a bartender. That's how I'm making my money. That's how I'm surviving. And I gotta look good. But I'll tell you, I be stingy. And this shit get grow out like, well, I also think it's also because I don't work that many days because of how like little work, like how dead New York is. But like I don't be getting a cut until like 2 to 3 weeks after my last cut. Like I just finally got a cut today, and I'm going to let this shit ride for a long time. um, but yeah, but there was like a big outcry for that, and I'm just like, what is wrong with people? What who? This is the problem with our generation. It's always about impressing this and that. That like you can't just be comfortable and just like, bro. I heard that we can't have haircuts, I was like, I save money. I save money. That's a good thing. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah. Just
um, just it's a lot of that stuff. You know, a lot of the oh, bro, I'm telling you, I do feel old. I feel like I'm like 50, 45 because like I should be acting like some of these kids where I feel invincible, not caring and this and that because like I lost my St. Patrick's Day and this and that. But you know what? I have morals. I have common sense. All the kids that still went out to Florida for their 21st, their spring break and this and that. So it's just like, uh, so dumb, man. So fucking dumb.
it's hard because like at the same time they're supporting businesses by going out to Florida, like the airline business and the
I
businesses they visit in
know,
Florida.
like there is an upside, but at the end of the day, like people are losing their lives. There's people losing their life. People catching it, but that's
Yeah.
another thing. People catching this virus causes people losing business too, and no one wants to talk about that. Because if people are sick in mass amount and like mass numbers, where's your customers? On top of it, who wants to go to a
That's true.
restaurant that is
Feels like,
infected? You know what I mean?
yeah, it just feels like our government's not doing enough for everyone
Bro,
to be at home. It's hard. And I don't know if they can afford for
bro,
everyone to be at
one of the
home
things I was
the
so
way you're
surprised
saying it.
about, I was surprised about that like there was no national guard that like enforced like people staying in, because I was just like no one's like it no, for real. Bro, let me give props to New York, because I love New York. I'm never leaving this place. That's what I say, and that's what I hope, because I love this place. It runs in my blood. I can't live anywhere else. And there's a lot of people who are leaving it, and they're happy they're leaving it. And I can't be that person. This is where I was born and raised. And this is the reason why I'm like, it's not hard to survive. That's what you should be doing. Life shouldn't be easy, because then you end up being a lazy prick. Um, what was the fucking point I was making? Oh, New York was the epicenter, because we had all the tourists, we had all the attractions. We are tourist attractions. So we got all the people from Spain, Europe, that where this stuff was coming from and stuff like that, where like big numbers of infection rates were coming from, and then all of us got it, and then everyone that from New York going all over the United States kind of spread it. Obviously, New York is not the reason why the entire United States got it, but we're a big part of it. We once again we were the biggest like epicenter, and we ended up changing that so quickly. Look at California, Texas, and Florida. We changed that in a heartbeat. So I gotta give credit to where credit's due. But yo, if we had done things fully right, we locked down and hunkered down a little bit more. Um, we shit could have been like pretty good, a lot better. Could be doing so much more. But people just look at the short game. And to people, one thing I could tell you, which is great advice to live by, looking at the short game is temporary, because the short game can change really quick. But if you're looking at the long game, that's what's going to get the long lasting results. You're looking ahead, not just the now, you know? But people don't see it that way. Because I'm telling you, yeah, we lose money now. But look at what look at where we're at now. It's the exact same thing I was talking about before. All America wanted to do with the summer, because that the reason why we opened up back in the summer, because it's the best time to make that money back, because come winter, shit's gonna get cold anyway, and if the numbers stay high, it's probably the best time to do another lockdown. And guess what? It's looking like that. It's looking 100% like that. So they make their money to catch up whatever and such now, and then we just go through another lockdown. But guess what? The cycle is just going to keep repeating, because money doesn't magically just reappear from us doing nothing. So guess what? They're going to try to do it again, go into summer. People are not going to do shit, right? Winter comes, numbers are still high, right? Let's say the vaccine is not working. People are not getting the vaccine. Numbers are still high. Another lockdown. Where, or, but if we had just done a proper lockdown, everyone stayed home, we just suffered all together in unison, we just suffer and stuff like that, and get everything done right properly, we could have been in a situation where we can have indoor dining completely fully. Well, once again, that's for the city. Other counties are still lucky enough to still have indoor dining. You know, shit could feel a little bit more normal, but no one wants to see it like that. It's like, no, I want it now. No one wanted a pandemic, but you can't get what you want.
I think there are some people getting evicted right now and they're not being protected from
That's
it.
a,
So
I feel like that's on the landlords because I'm pretty sure. No, I'm no 100%.
that's all.
Because I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Cuomo put into play these landlords can't be kicking people out. They can't. They can't.
Uh,
They 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 should. They can't. I'm pretty sure he extended the that eviction law or whatever, if I remember correctly. Him seeing, like I said, I appreciate everything Cuomo's doing. I think Cuomo really is trying to fight this battle hard, and I hope the history is going to remember him fondly for what he's tried to do, because New Yorkers are really turning against Cuomo, and I think it's so disgusting because I stick up for him because like everyone just assumes, yo, everyone in like the food industry hates Cuomo. Not everyone. I'm exaggerating, but a lot of people do not like Cuomo anymore. They think he's trying to kill small businesses to keep big businesses alive and this and that. And honestly, there's a part of me that wants to just believe in that a little bit. But honestly, I think he's just doing what makes the most sense. He's just trying to do his best with a shitty situation. Everyone thinks that they could be the fucking genius if they were in charge. But if you're really in the seat, think about it. You have to please millions and millions of people who at the end of the day have no middle ground. There's people that want this final lockdown and just do it properly, have everything done right, and then you got people that don't want it. They just want to live shit normally, say none of this contributes and stuff like that. And I'm like, none of it's contributing because we didn't let it happen. Everything that we've done was to make sure it doesn't. That's the whole point. Because if we did just do everything normally, we didn't have the masks, we didn't have these social distancing, the numbers would be higher than what they are now. So I'm not understanding these people's logics. But we got those people, a lot of those people, bro. And it's just like, what can you do?
yeah, I was just thinking people who are facing evictions would want to work, and it's hard to
Bro,
work when
but once again,
businesses are shut
that goes
down.
back to what I was saying. Our government, not just state, like the entire United State government, like needs to do more. It is it is insulting that we're getting $600 and they're calling it a relief. That's not enough to pay most rent in New York. That's not enough for certain families to get groceries. But our government is telling us we need to be grateful. Our government is telling us that if we give you more, America dies. And I'm like, America's already in debt for a lot of dumb shit. A lot of dumb shit. You're telling me you can't be in a little bit more debt where it really matters now? Hmm. That that's fishy.
So one thought I had, I know this is different from what we're talking about, was When I saw them give out the stimulus check the first time, it made me think they could have been paying black people
Bro, that's a
reparations this
whole
entire
different
time.
conversation because, bro, America, let's just be honest. America is crooked. No country is perfect. I'm learning, and that's something you gotta learn the hard way. You get born and raised in America, and you tell yourself you're in the best country ever, but it's just like I don't care anymore. America like is
Yeah.
really blowing dick right now, and it's like it's sad because I'm a person that like I still love where I come from. Like I said, I'm a big New Yorker. I love New York. New York is my heart and stuff like that. But it's like, but then I'm in a country where a man of my color, my skin tone, your skin tone, a lot of our people's skin tone was begging to breathe. And this dude didn't, could not just get off of him. And I'm so sad about that. you know, George Floyd. Like this is one thing I don't tell people a lot. I just sometimes I tell myself I really wish I was there because I would have pushed the cop. I don't care if it would have gotten me shot. I wouldn't be scared. Like everyone was recording it. My biggest upset, my thing was, why was no one doing anything? Everyone was recording. It was like, hey, get off the man. And I get it. A gun is scary, but like I can't watch someone go through that. I can't. I would push the cop and I would get immediately on the
So,
floor and be like, he arrest me for disruption or whatever. But I was not gonna let you keep doing that. I probably would have lost my life, but I was not letting no one do that, whether they were black, white, or whatever. It didn't matter who was on there. That was human life.
that's a hard one. I was. If you started rushing towards this man, he probably would have gotten up off of him in response, but the officers near him probably would have shot at you. So it's no,
No, they
but
would have
there's a
shot.
crowd there, so they
Bro,
probably wouldn't have
do you
shot
not
either.
see the
Uh,
bro? Do you not
they
see
would
the
have shot into the
bro?
crowd too.
That
They're
video
crazy.
of the like the mm, the that SWAT team that went to go get that data analyst in Florida. She told them, "Hey, listen, my kids are
Oh
upstairs.
yeah.
I'll call them. Just don't be careful. Don't point the guns there." They do the total opposite and point guns right to the ceiling. What the fuck is wrong with people? And it's just like this is the shit we need to work on. Like I don't even care about this racism shit. We need to change the chain of command. We need to put people that have common sense, that have a moral compass, because these people are crooked. Because that woman was not black. She was white. Her family was white. And they did not care. It's a power thing. And yes, once again, I do believe race plays a big part. I do think people like us, we get it hard. We get it fucking hard. But um I want to make it I want to bring it down to something so much more simple. We need to have a little bit more morality in the police department. We need to have more morality in these like chain of commands, power, because we got shitty people, man. And stop giving idiots guns. What was it? It was the video of that guy who was obviously drunk and harmless. They were giving him these stupid commands, and he obviously can't tell. And there were some people that were on the side of the SWAT. Oh, SWAT. He was they were told that he had a weapon. He was there with a weapon and this and that, um, and whatnot. And he should have just followed what they were saying, this and that. The dude's intoxicated. It's simple as this. I'm not. I'm not dumb. Once again, this is why I'm so glad I have a military father. It was one man. It was probably, I think, a squad of 4 or 3 men or whatever. You tell the guy simply, lay down, head, hands on your head. Stop giving him all this extraness. Yo, if you watch that video, do you know about this video? It was this white guy who was at a hotel, and for some reason I guess he had a party or whatever in the hotel. And he was being loud or whatever. I don't know the full situation, but like it was serious where they had a whole SWAT team with like assault rifles. And you look at the video, the guy is begging and crying. He's like, I don't want to die. I don't know what to do. And the guy who's giving him orders is not making sense. I feel like anyone in that situation, whether they were drunk, intoxicated, or sober, would have died because it wasn't making sense. Because it was simple as this: get down on the ground, hands on your head. Do not move. All right. Say whoever's name, go in slowly while the other people take perimeter. They watch the corners. They watch around anything, making sure they got their friends back. Making sure there will be no other oppositions, so they can detain the guy. But none of that was happening. The guy stumbles after like the third warning they give him, because once again he's drunk and he's not understanding what they want from him, and they unload on the guy. They unload on him. It's these people that don't have any sense of common sense or sense of just morality. Because once again, if I was in that situation, I would be fired. I'd be fired in a heartbeat, because I would have been like, are you guys fucking dumb? Such and such, get on this wall. Such and such on that wall. Sir, I'm going to give you orders and you listen to me and no one else. I wouldn't even, and I would probably lose my job instantly. I wouldn't care. Get on the ground, laying flat, head facing to me, hands on your head. Gone. And tell whoever has to put the handcuffs on him. That's it. It's over. And done with. What? It's
Yeah.
bro. That shit at L.A. with where like everyone was protesting the police officers, because obviously with all the police and stuff, those police officers, the sheriffs, the LA sheriffs that got shot randomly by some dude while they're just chilling in the car, and people were like, I hope they fucking die in this, that. And then the LAPD or LA sheriffs that were out there fucking bullying a news reporter or whatever for some small time newsletter or whatever, and they swear she did this and that. They claim she was from, and then when the video comes out, and that's another thing. Why do they lie? What's the point? We're in a time now where shit is recorded everywhere. And once again, and they were in a situation that they could have been in the right. But once again, they abuse their powers and they lie. They lie because at the end of it, a lot of people were causing trouble. A lot of people were acting up. But the person that they harassed and said she was being violent, she was attacking. She never claimed that she She was press. She never had a press badge. It all ended up being lies. Why are these people still? Why do these people still have jobs? Why are these people still being protected?
Yeah, they
It's
should be
just
protected.
it baffles me. It baffles a lot of people. And there's another thing I want to address about that. I saw a post, and not everyone has to agree with me because this is really a great subject because I'm a big opposition. If I see something is wrong, like to a point where like it will eat me alive, I'm gonna stand up for it, and I hope I would keep my word to it. I'm pretty sure I would. But like, there was a post. If there is one good cop out of uh maybe nine out of 100 uh 100 I'm getting the numbers wrong, but the point is still the same. Out of like 100 cops, right? The other 99 are bad, and that one good cop doesn't
Yes.
say anything, then you have 100 bad cops. No, I do not agree with that. I don't agree with that because it's not easy. It's not easy when you're a small group going against such a big force, especially when that big force can fucking ruin you. It's not easy. People gotta eat, people gotta do, and maybe they try to do the best to do right by them. And sometimes they have to turn their heads, and they're probably not proud of it. They're probably 100% not proud of it. You know, that's just something I wanted to get off my chest.
Yeah. Like, okay, I thought about the George Floyd video.
Well, no,
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 but I guess
they're
those
all
are all
back
bad
ups
cops.
because
They
they
should
were
have
defending
intervened.
him. They were.
Oh, they were.
They just didn't
I just
care.
thought
They
they
were
didn't
holding
intervene.
the. They were all saying that he's fine if he's talking, he could breathe. Oh no, man. I just,
Uh,
I just don't get it. I don't get people, man. I just don't get a lot of things. It goes back to like these people who are anti-mask maskers, right? In that video that I saw on Philip DeFranco, shout out to Philip DeFranco.
yeah.
That's where I get a lot of my like quick news when I need it. Um, this woman had the nerve to be like, you know, when George Floyd said he couldn't breathe, there was outrage. But now we're telling you we can't breathe, and we're the bad guys. We're evil. And I'm just like, where did we go wrong, or where did her family go wrong? At least where did like whatever creator is in this world, whatever force, what went wrong? Where that a person has the nerve to compare wearing a mask to someone who was forced down onto the ground like a dog and had someone else's knee pressed into the back of their neck and be compared as the same thing. Like that that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense in any timeline, any reality, any multiverse. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Um
Is there anything else you want to say?
to the people, I know that this was a very depressing talk, but the reason why it's important to have these talks that are uncomfortable, hearing point of views that maybe you don't like, maybe you want to ignore because it's just easier to ignore, is because it gets you thinking. It gets you thinking of maybe a solution, getting you riled up so that we can actually do something about the problem other than just let it keep going on. So for anyone who's listening, thank you. And don't be afraid to have these conversations because um, something I tell my family all the time, our greatest weapons is our voice. And the only way you can use the only way it can be useful is by using it and using it right, you know? So don't just look at the negative. Look at what we can do pointing out these negatives so that we can make them positives where we can turn the tides. You know? How about you, Master?
Yeah.
Well, all right. I
I
guess
got nothing else to say.
I guess that's it, right? All right. Well, this was a great
Yep.
night.
All right. Goodbye, guys.
See you in the next video, guys.